Welcome back to another episode of African Couch Potato. We are with Shonisani. This is part 2. We're still in Sandton, but today it's a bit quieter. Shonisani, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I want to talk about all spheres of excitement. I didn't know you did theatre, actually. I thought you've always been like a on-screen persona.
No. I started doing theatre when I was 6. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
That is long. And you're how old now?
I am now 31.
25 years of theatre.
Pretty much.
Whew, that is a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot. How do you wake up and decide you want to be a thespian?
I actually have a crazy story of how I became a thespian. What happened was I've always been a bubble of energy that my parents didn't know what to do with.
Evidently.
So Monday to Friday, it's literally preschool or grade R. But on Saturdays and Sundays, they were like, what are we going to do with this child? So they enrolled me in LAMDA, which is the London Academy of Music, Drama and Art. And there was a Cape Town base. And I remember Miss Sarah was my teacher. And every Saturday and Sunday, we would get together with a whole bunch of kids and we would do Eisteddfods and rehearse for said Eisteddfods, just poems and, prose and little plays we would put on. And then they'd invite everyone and would perform for everyone. So I was doing that as an extracurricular from when I was 6. And then also after school until the end of grade 5, 6. Yeah. So that's how I got into it.
How do they package it? Because when you say that your parents see it like you're a ball of fire, pretty much. How does your casting director or your instructor or your drama teacher, how do they package you? Like, how do they say, okay, and then just like, because for me, it's like, that saying, with great power comes great responsibility. Yeah. And you could be Spider-Man and just like be shooting webs out. How do you focus?
Well, first of all, there's techniques that they use, especially in drama. There's breathing. It grounds you. And then voice warm-ups like the Y buzz, things like that help channel all of that ADHD energy that you have and don't know where to place back into yourself. And you can place it into, I don't know, I guess for me it was acting. For other people, it could be building model trains, Yeah. So I think it just needs to meet up with your passion inside and then it'll take it from there.
And what if you were a talent scout or a casting coach, what would separate all of your students from the one special student? Like, is there anything that you'd look for?
I would look for someone who is wholeheartedly and mindfully, their whole body from their little pinky toe to the top of their head, who is immerse themselves in the moment, in the teachings, in class, in their characters, And the thing about acting is, if you just doubt yourself within a sentence, the audience can see that and snap, you suspended the disbelief, So I don't know, it's just the immersion and
Sorry, I keep interrupting. I'm just so engrossed in what you're saying. How do you come back from corpsing? Like, if you're in the middle of a line and then you stuff up and it's like in theatre and people are just like, ooh.
I have literally never done that. However, one time was it Shakespeare something? It was Othello at the Macbeths or something like that. Our teacher, Christopher Weir, he put on a play, 12th Night at the Macbeths, okay? And I was the narrator basically throughout. And he had me with this huge Afro 60s vibe and I was smoking a rollie throughout the whole production. And then while I have to talk and like be this, narrator while I've got this rollie, like and then I swallowed like an air bubble while it's happening. I remember looking at my dad in the audience and he's looking at me like, what are you doing, my child? And I literally had to go, sorry. And I just have to ad-lib. That was a bit strong. And keep going. And if you're in character, it should be easy. But if you are not, I think it might be harder to come back from corpsing. Yeah.
And people have bombed out phenomenally on stage. Have you seen or do you know of anyone who's just like fumbled to the point where you felt sorry for them? Like,
yes. Yes, definitely. I even cried, and I was an usher. I was just an usher because in drama school from first year, you're not in the plays as per se. You
Yes.
are assisting all the fourth years and the third years with all of their plays and then stage managing and learning the ins and outs of the theater. So during one of those, when I was an usher, one of my fourth years that I was working underneath, she coped so badly and she couldn't bring herself back. Made a joke, but no one laughed. And then it was just all and then you just started seeing her shaking. And I'm like, oh no, how do you yeah. I think I cried. I was just standing there crying, thinking, this could be me. Yeah.
And when let's say you and I are doing a scene together, when somebody else's energy brings you down, how do you like get them to be either on your level or just like get the lines out of them?
That is a good question. So what I've realized that if I go in like this and someone's like this, if I don't go here where they are, I'm going to look really dumb. You know what I'm saying? I have to meet, because acting is reacting. So if they're deciding that this is a time where they want to do a samba, I can't come, I got to read the room, as people say, and
Yes.
try work it from there. It's not about me playing the best character that I can play. It's about the story come across the best way it can come across. And I just happen to be forming a part of the story.
But what if that's not how you rehearsed it? What if you rehearsed this scene at passion level 100 and he's somehow feeling uninspired? And because now you also want to throw the rest of the cast members out. How do you bring them up?
Unless it is a situation in which we are rehearsing and I see the energy is low and I can just grab them and be like, sorry, Gino, I think can you just act anti a little bit, Or otherwise, I really can't see myself redirecting someone who's already being directed. So I know that the buck doesn't stop with me. There is a assistant director, a director, someone around who's going to let this person know, Uri, you are dropping the energy, love, and it's making us all look bad.
Oh,
but it's not going to come from me.
Yeah.
Me, you never know what someone's going through. So I want to be the last person just hammering you down even further when you're already down. Yeah.
And the importance of studying and formal education towards your craft.
I used to think you have to go to drama school. It's the only way to learn so that you can, and then that's why the industry needs. The older I got, the more I realized that not a lot of people have the resources to send you to drama school or to acting school. But it doesn't mean that they are not worthy of being a performer. Just because some people have stricter parents who are like, you won't go study drama, you won't go study art. And they just won't pay for it. And how are they supposed to go and do their tertiary if your parents won't pay for it? Just because other people have been backed up into a corner, but they still want to act, it doesn't mean that just because they didn't get formal training that they shouldn't be allowed in the industry. And that's something I had to learn by being in the industry and realizing that formal training is amazing. And if you can get it, please do. But it's not the end of the world if you don't. And as long as the passion lives within you,
Yes.
and you do your own type of research and maybe you NISA yourself in drama school land, it'll work out.
But are there pros to having the techniques, the tools from the institution?
100%. And also there's pros in the sense that once casting directors or agencies see the fact that you went to this drama school and you've been accredited, like me, I've got a Bachelor of Honors in Theatre and Performance. So then maybe they are more likely to say, ask me to come audition for a long theatre production because they realize, this girl spent 4 years learning the discipline. She's not going to just drop us when it gets hard. She knows the ins and outs, they're not starting from scratch to teach us, which, time is money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would do to further grow the local industry?
Yes, I want to start a production company, Shonisani Productions. And I really want to start developing more stories in Tshivenda. I feel like right now in the industry in South Africa, the focus is not English-speaking productions anymore. It's more on speaking your vernacular. And I wish there were more opportunities for Venda-speaking actors. And if there were more opportunities, I'm sure there'd be more Venda actresses, trying to pursue this.
Yes.
So I want to, try help and start a production company and, yeah.
And if you had all the money in the world, how would you give back?
I would go to the most rural places in South Africa where I know a lot of the schools say in Venda, the best schools, all they offer as your subjects from grade 9 are science, physics, maths, the arts are just not seen because that's not what's going to get you out the village. There's not a lot of people who, their dreams come true and they become everything they wanted to become. And I get the weariness. So if I had a whole lot of money, I'd just start programs where they don't have to take it as a subject, but we'll be there after school, Saturday and Sunday, just like I was when I was 6, and just give them the opportunity to hone in on something beautiful, and something that they can be passionate about. Yeah.
And keeping that fire burning, I think I asked that earlier on. How would you best advise the next person, the next Shonisani, to keep on at whatever it is they want to achieve instead of just like giving up halfway?
I would say don't let imposter syndrome win. I'm sure that even Oprah wakes up in the morning and she feels like, I don't know if I'm good enough to, and there's those thoughts that come in every person's head. But the thing is, don't let them win. Don't let them take over. Actively go outside, touch some grass or something, change your environment. But just don't let those thoughts that make you feel like you're not good enough crowd your head too much for too long.
And Shoni, as a person, how would you summarize yourself?
I would say I am a hyperactive, go-getting, dedicated, passionate, positive, happy for the most part, intelligent, driven being. Yeah.
Any last words?
I would say consistency is something that I wish I'd taken more seriously from when I graduated till now. And that's holistically, like with your health, your body, your, everything. Because the entire vehicle is what you are as an actor. From all my fingernails to the follicles, hair that I have, it's all being an actor. And the advice I would give is take care of yourself more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Realize your value.
And so you mentioned Rapela.
Yes.
Which is at Joburg Theatre from the 1st of November.
Yes. To the 4th of November.
To the 4th of November.
Yeah.
Tickets, where can we get those?
You can get them at Web Tickets. You just type in Rapela, or you can go to my Instagram, click on the link, and you'll be able to purchase for $120.
So much. Where else can people go to witness your greatness? Or how else can people witness your greatness?
Ooh.
I'm listening to this in the car, I'm sitting at home, and I'm like, Shonisani, how do I get a piece of you? Like, where do I go to view the stuff you've worked on? And obviously the theatre production that's coming in November.
Oh, okay. Well, what I like about a lot of the Mzansi Magic shows that I did, like Ring of Lies, Isitembi, So Omen, a lot of them are now on Showmax. So you're able to just, type it in and have the whole catalog of all the episodes. So that's also a thing. And then also, obviously, the theatre now in November. And hopefully we're going to be touring after that. So I'm really excited for that. And I will always shout out everything I'm doing on my socials, any of my socials. I will always shout out what I'm doing. So if you ever feel like, where's Shoni right now? Go to my Instagram, go to my stories, or just my page, my timeline, and you're sure to find out what I'm doing in that exact moment.
Give us those handles again for your Instagram and your other socials.
Instagram is Shonisani_M. Twitter is Madame_Shonsan. Facebook is All Things Shonisani. YouTube, All Things Shonisani. And TikTok, Shonisani_M.
It was part 2 with Shonisani. Thank you so much for coming. It's been great having you. Hopefully we see you again. That was another episode of African Couch Potato. We're available on all streaming platforms. We drop every Monday. You can find us on Instagram at African Couch Potato. I'm Gino and we are signing out.